All right, so well going, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at Claude 101 Enterprise Search. So let's get to it. Let me just share my screen. Boom. It's the entire screen. Boom. Share. All right. So right now, so this is Claude 101 Enterprise Search. I'll add the link in the description. Let me just push this over. And let's just look at our learning objective for today. And let's get some more right there. Yeah. All right, so it says for learning objectives, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain what enterprise search is and the types of questions enterprise search can answer, understand how the setup process works for both admins and users, recognize how security and permission protect organizational data. All right, so first off, what is enterprise search? So enterprise search adds a dedicated ask, whatever your company name is, option to your sidebar. So ask Jimmy's Lemonade, whatever, whatever at your to your sidebar. This is designed specifically for finding and synthesizing knowledge buried across your company's tools and data sources. So it looks like it's using your company's data to kind of build this custom type of search, but let's learn more. So think of enterprise search as a pre-built project for your entire organization. Yeah, okay. I remember project is like a kind of like a blocked off area where basically you can add in the documents that you want. So Claude will have that same context for multiple users. So so multiple users start off with the same foundation, same data, same documents, all of that instructions. All right. So it's a think of enterprise search as a pre-built project for your entire organization. Your company's knowledge base is already loaded, so you can jump right in to get context-aware responses to your questions. Unlike regular chats with connectors enabled, enterprise search is specifically designed for information gathering, using custom instructions configured by Anthropic team. All right, let's read that one more time. Unlike regular chats with connectors enabled, enterprise search is specifically designed for information gathering using custom instructions configured by the Anthropic team. All right, what can you ask? Enterprise search is particularly valuable for questions that span multiple sources or require synthesizing information from across the organization. All right, here are some common use cases, getting up to speed. What happened yesterday while I was out? That's one. Two, summarize key updates across the business from the last week. Because I mean, if you're uploading, the company the documents that are relevant to it, you can search on that. What are the current blockers on the platform project? Okay. And these are ones if you're like getting up to speed, like maybe you're on PTO, you could ask it like, what happened yesterday while I was out or whatever. There are also some for policy and process questions. So you could be like, what is your company's remote work policy? How do I submit an expense report? Yeah. What's the process for requesting time off? So it's really stuff like that an employee would ask and look like they have the policy information locked in, like built into this project or enterprise search in Claude. So there's also research and analysis that we could use it for. So like what are the main reasons customers cite what are the main reasons customers cite for choosing competitors? All right. You could also be like summarize discussions about the Q4 production roadmap. And I feel like we get the point here. I'll do one from performance. So like find discussions and documents related to the marketing campaign. So it looks like I'm pretty much just asking stuff regarding onboarding. So I'll do one two from onboarding. How does your authentication system work? Who should I talk to about learning the billing system? This is a good one too. So then, if you're new, you could just jump on and just kind of get that info. So it's really good if you're trying to look for company, if you're trying to get some detail while as an employer. So now it says when you ask a question, Claude searches across all your connected tools, such as SharePoint documents, Slack conversations, a big one, because a lot of people say stuff in Slack, Gmail threads, and Google Drive files. Gmail threads, didn't notice it would do Gmail threads and Google Drive files, and synthesizes information into a unified response Plus, it always cites its sources so you can get the full context. So basically, any question you're asking is going to get that information based on SharePoint documents you added, Slack conversations, Gmail threads, and Google Drive files. So that's tough. I know it says setting up enterprise search. Enterprise search requires a two-step setup process. First, an admin configures it for the organization. Then individual users authenticate with their personal accounts. Okay. So the admin sets it up and then individual users, log in with their personal company account. All right. So the enterprise search for admins. Enterprise search project is enabled by default for all team and enterprise organizations. So I won't have this feature since I'm pretty much not using Claude with a team membership. But an owner needs to complete the initial setup before team members can use it. So I guess the process is like there will be you click someone like click ask your org in the left sidebar. So maybe if I had it, it would be somewhere over here. Yeah. So I'm gonna just go back to this. Oops. Yeah. And then click set up your org to continue or disable to turn the feature off. Connect your organization's tools. You'll be required to choose a connector for documents by Google Drive or SharePoint and chat like Slack or Microsoft Teams. So, it works for either one. So I know some people use Slack and some companies use Microsoft Teams. Email is recommended, but optional. Click Add More to set up any additional tools your team needs. Customize the project name, whatever you enter will appear as whatever, ask whatever in everyone's sidebar. And a description, then click finish setup. I mean, I don't have access to that, but it doesn't sound like it too crazy for them. So yeah. If it is, as if it's much harder to set up, let me know in the comments. All right, next, once setup is complete, the project becomes available to all members of your organization. For users, after an admin has set up enterprise search, you'll see the ask whatever the organization name is, project start in your sidebar. Here's how to get started. So this is if you're just an employee, you're not doing this as admin anymore. So you just click on the project in your sidebar, follow the guided onboarding flow to connect to the recommended services, authenticate with each service you want to search, and start asking Claude questions about your organization's knowledge. Okay. So I guess you can pick the connectors you want to search based on. Okay, it doesn't automatically just use all of them. I thought it would just automatically use all of them though. Next thing is the more connectors you enable, the more comprehensive your search results will be. Makes sense because if you ask the question, then it will use information from Slack, Google, multiple different things, documents that might get uploaded, all of that. That's a lot of data. Is this safe? In short, yes. Enterprise search only shows what you already have permission to access in the original connected tool. Plus, your conversation remain private and your connected data isn't indexed or stored separately. I know just a reflection, but before we do this, we always just run back up and let's just do a quick refresher. So I didn't read this one, so it's pretty much saying this here. So plan availability. Enterprise search is available on team and enterprise plans. Straight up. Yeah. It even says this here. If you're on free, pro, or max plan, you can skip this lesson. Anyways, so what is enterprise search? Enterprise search adds a dedicated ask whatever your company name is option to your sidebar. This is designed specifically for finding and synthesizing knowledge buried across your company's tools and data sources. So based on information from, and just like I mentioned, from your Google Cloud, your Google Drive, your Slack threads, or your Microsoft Teams, it kind of grab all that information and make it kind of easier for you to search for it. And I'll give you some examples. So what can you ask? You could ask things about like for getting up to speed. So like maybe you were on PTO or something, you could be like, what happened yesterday while I was out? And it will kind of give you back that output and a response. You can ask it information about policy and process questions, like how do I submit an expense report? Maybe you went on a trip and you had to use a company card to get Uber or whatever. You could ask it, how do I submit an expense report? 'Cause remember, it's all based on what they put in this enterprise project that you can search on, or the connectors. Or you could ask it research and analysis questions like summarize discussions about the Q4 product roadmap. You could ask it onboarding stuff. Who should I talk to about learning the billing system? Cool. And then performance and project tracking. All right. When you ask a question, Claude searches across all your connected tools, such as SharePoint, Documents, Slack conversations, Gmail threads, and Google Drive files, and synthesizes this information into a unified response. Plus, it always cites its sources so you get the full context. So I know exactly where it got this information from, whether it was from Google Drive or some Slack conversation or whatever. All right, setting up enterprise search. I'll skip this, but pretty much the admin has to do some work to set it up first, and then pretty much users come in and can like authenticate and use it. I said the more connectors you enable, the more comprehensive your search results will be. You can always add more connectors later by clicking connect in the project instruction section. That's a lot of data. Is it safe? Well, yeah, them say enterprise search only shows what you already have permission to access in the original connected tool. Plus, your conversation remains private and your connected data isn't indexed or stored separately. All right, so enterprise search is a really powerful tool, but again, this is mainly if you have the company, the team type of plan. And so, yeah, let's see what we have are going to be looking at in the next one, though. So the next one, we're going to be looking at research mode for deep dives. All right, let's just get a quick preview of what this is. So, research is an advanced feature that transforms Claude from a conversational assistant into a systematic investigator. When you enable research, Claude doesn't just answer a question, it explores it from multiple angles, synthesizing information from across the web and your connected integrations. Okay. Well, in the next one, we'll talk more about that. But if you like this, just remember like, comment, share. And yo, remember the motto anyone can learn anything with time, practice, and failures. I'm the nerdy Yardy. And yeah, hope you like this. And I'm out.